Well, if you like being scared, you may have grown up watching the Friday the 13th movies.
You know, the ones where Jason Voorhees wore that infamous hockey mask and terrorized camp counselors at Crystal Lake. Well, thanks to a Princeton man, Jason still lives at the bottom of a Minnesota lake. John Lauritsen shows us how Doug Klein's love of horror movies helped bring Jason back to life.
It's that creepy music and that sinister hockey mask that'll catch the attention of any Friday the 13th fan. The movies were hard to miss. After all, they spanned 3 decades.
It never ended. What are they on? Number 15 now? Or, you know, it just kept going and going and going. I just love the 80s period because that's when I graduated. That's when I was the coolest, you know?
As a child of the 80s, Doug Klein remembers when Jason Voorhees was at his peak. Now he's rock bottom, 112 feet below the surface.
I don't know how Jason popped into my head, but I just figured, hey, that's going to work great.
An avid scuba diver, Doug frequents Lake Louise near Crosby. It's an old mining pit used for training purposes. Other divers have added their own flair over the years. So Doug created the man, or in this case, mannequin, behind the mask.
A bunch of stuff that was in my garage. I had leftover plywood and 2x4s, and it's mostly wood.
A secondhand store provided the overalls, and eBay supplied the mask. But getting Jason to the bottom of the lake was even harder than the movies made it look.
And the rope that I had tied to the blocks broke, so he went shooting to the surface like a Polaris missile.
After a few adjustments, Doug got Jason right where he wanted him, tied to an old water pipe where other divers can enjoy the scenery.
2 weeks ago, there was a guy that flew in from Seattle because he wanted to dive Jason.
Now there's pressure to give him some company.
So in the future, we could see a Freddy Krueger.
Could see a Freddy Krueger, yes. There will probably be a Freddy Krueger video at some point.
There will be a sequel.
There will be a sequel, yes.
John Lauritsen, WCCO 4 News.
Doug put his Jason creation in Lake Louise 5 years ago, and since then, scuba enthusiasts from across the country have visited the lake.
Oh, we know who the next one's going to be.
Yeah, I know.
Count me in.
You know,
You and Doug should hang.
I'm
Because
telling
really,
you,
you should.
And really, you can blame Mother Nature for that awful Friday the 13th Part 6. Lightning brought him back. He was dead. Lightning
gosh,
struck
you
the
listened?
pole. It brought him back to life.
Have you seen them all?
Yeah, several times. Several times, yeah.
And you can do that.
Frank, you love that stuff.
Saw one movie and that was it.
That's it. Yeah.